What is going on, guys? Your boy Joey Shake 72 coming to you guys with a video right now. So I want to go over and talk about John Hightower, which I think is another player that we could talk about going into 2021, because obviously there's going to be a wide receiver competition. I think the Eagles are going to draft a receiver this year, and you never know what could happen. Now, obviously through week 7 of the season, John Hightower was a starter. I think he ended up getting hurt for a part of the season, 167 yards. What I can say about John Hightower is he worked his butt off in camp. You know, the camp that at least we had with Corona and everything going around, and not much grass time for all these rookies, especially because for rookies there was no rookie minicamp in July. Now with John Hightower, I was really impressed because I think getting corners like Darius Slay really helped a lot of these receivers, and Hightower beat Darius Slay at numerous occasions. Which really showed this season, whether it's his slant routes, his out routes, maybe being Carson Wentz's safety blanket when he was down in the box. There was always some good things you got at John Hightower. He had a couple drops in the beginning. If you guys remember, he dropped a couple balls. We were kind of getting nervous a little bit. And then progressively, he just got better. And I think, he's not the fastest guy. What I've noticed about him is he's fast, but he's not Deshaun Jackson, deep threat speed fast. He's not like that, but I think what really impresses me about John Hightower so much is that if you watch his film, pretty much every game, the break of his route, not even the break of his route, but when he starts on the line and his first move is always critical, I think that's where he really benefits. That first move he gets off the line, faking out the cornerback. I think that's where he really benefits himself. Then obviously the break of the route and then catching is a whole nother story. But they really used him on go routes, out routes, slant routes. I mean, there were some slants that really, he breaks some, he gets some yak yards here or there. He tries to do a little bit too much in space. Like he'll be behind the first down marker and he'll dance around as many times to get his, to get that big run going upfield. And sometimes he just needs to get the yards and just stop doing that. But with John Hightower, a 5th round pick in 2020, I think you get those hungry guys in those rounds in the 5th and 6th round. I mean, you have Quez Watkins there too that really didn't have a chance all year until later, when Jalen Hurts got in and look what he did. I mean, he had a touchdown, a little screen pass, and literally ran out the whole defense. So, and John Hightower, I think what you're getting out of him is now he has a lot of starting experience. Okay, I think that's the one thing we could say, especially with all these guys. It's not like now I know we had some veteran favoritism on this team, but at least we're not going into 2021 saying, oh, we have a lot of young guys that haven't hit the field yet. And that's not even true, and that's a great thing because between Travis Fulgham, Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor, and all these guys, have got a lot of playing time before, obviously, they hit the bench. John Hightower, sooner or later, hit the bench. And obviously, I think had an injury, like I said before. But Hightower coming off the line is, it's real. I mean, what he could do off the line is where he's successful as a receiver. And I think that's great. Obviously, his catching is great. I think, his catching got a lot better. And, he's beaten guys on the field like Marlon Humphrey. He's done some good things against some pretty good cornerbacks, guys, I have to say. But John Hightower is one of my favorites coming out of the draft last year. I was more of a John Hightower than a Quez Watkins fan. That people are telling me, oh, you have no idea what Quez Watkins could do until he hits that field. And then I saw it, and I was like, wow. I mean, we're lucky to have Quez and John Hightower. They're only going to get better from here, and the competition is just going to get better. We're actually going to have an off season this year. There's a lot of good things to take out of it. So I'm hoping for John Hightower. It might be a little bit of an uphill battle for him to start this year, but you know what? As a depth guy, I have no problem with it. And you know what? I really did like what he brought to the field. Imagine, he only had 167 yards in this really dysfunctional offense, but a lot of these passes, a lot of these throws were to him in open space, whether he was a safety blanket, whether he was on a slant, and those go routes. I mean, he was mostly used on those long, really long plays. And, there were some that were good and some that were bad, but besides a couple of drops that he had, and we were kind of, like I said, getting nervous. I have high hopes for John Hightower in this offense. And, whether he starts or he's a backup or whatnot, I want to see a big competition at wide receiver this year. This should be interesting. This should be fun. And it's a bunch of young guys with another brand new young quarterback ready to come in and take over. So let me know what you guys think about John Hightower, because I really don't see many people talking about him. And that's pretty much it, guys. So I will see you guys later. Jake Squad up, Files 5. Peace out, guys. Peace.